What's up, y'all? This is your host TJ from Syndicate Talk, and we got a very special guest on the podcast today. We got Ferris Boomer Dixon, 19 years old, straight out of Detroit, 3-0, 2 KOs. What's going on, Ferris? How you doing?
Uh,
Little
I'm
technical
sorry.
difficulty. It's all good. Yeah, what's going on, bro?
I'm doing good. Staying ready, staying sharp, getting ready for my next fight.
Hell yeah.
Staying in the gym.
Right, right. So really, we just going to get started with the questions. But really, how did you get into boxing? We know you still young, getting after it. How did you get into it?
Really, like when I was little, I was always fighting in school, fighting or in the streets fighting. So after that, like one of my teachers had told me, I remember her name was like Miss Shannon. She had told me like you need to start boxing or something for your anger. And I was like, maybe you're right. And then I had a one of my best friends from middle school and high school was like my childhood best friend. Took me to the boxing gym. He was the boxer at the time, Josue Feliciano. And ever since then, I just stuck with it. Like ever since that day, I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I like right here.
Right, because you can just go in there and beat up on motherfuckers and not get in no
Yeah, I could use.
trouble.
Yup, I don't gotta worry about no trouble, nothing. I could just go in here, get this job done, and be happy with what I'm doing.
Right, right. And then, you had a great amateur career, you know what I mean? 5-time national champion. That's great, crazy coming from Detroit too. How was that journey? And
hmm
like talk about a little bit about that work you had to put in.
Like becoming a five-time national champion. It was hard work, cause I like every time I went out to the nationals, I had my city, my team, my family, everybody behind me. Like I was really like, let me say like I had my whole basically my everybody, my whole city, everybody, even different cities behind me. Like this is Detroit future. Like this is a future star from Detroit. Like since it's been a while since they seen a fighter like me coming out of Detroit. So with that, I just charged that into the fuel. I'm like, I gotta train hard. I gotta go hard. I gotta get this my all, cause I got everybody depending on me to put my city on the map with this boxing. So I need to go out there. I need to get number one, and I need to come back and show my city we can be better than what everybody labels besides the streets and all the violence and stuff. We can be something in life for real. So my whole national tournament was just like everything, all my amateur career was just like for my community for real. Like I really liked it to do everything for my community and my whole amateurs. Everything was like I went to every community, clean up everything. Like I was really out for the kids. I wanted to make sure to show the kids like the streets not as that, the streets is not that.
Right.
So that's was my whole legacy through the amateurs. Like I gotta be somebody better. I gotta be a bigger person because there's a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people make it, but now like a lot of people they don't see people like me coming up and make it. So
Right.
that's what I just wanted to do in the amateurs as a
Exactly.
younger coming up.
Right, exactly. Somebody from the neighborhood, same neighborhood as these kids, don't get a lot of opportunities. You showing them that they can really do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right, exactly. And then at the same time, like Detroit, not really a hotbed for a lot of world champion boxers, national champion boxers. People looking at Cali, Texas, and shit like that. So to be,
no, like
so to be a 5-time national champion from here, that's big.
yeah, like from Michigan is big. Like being from Michigan, cause like once people find out you from the Motor City, like when people at national tournaments, once people found out I was from Michigan, everybody was just like, "Whoa, this is Detroit."
Right,
Traveling, like we really don't get you like they really don't see Detroit traveling as much, cause Detroit fighters don't really travel; they only fight in the city. So
hmm
like me traveling, like everybody was just like, "Whoa, this is like the only Detroit part of Detroit person and team that I seen travel come and like I was every tournament. I ain't missing out a tournament. If I missed a tournament, it was only because I was sick.
right.
I went to every single tournament
Like that's what
and
I'm
fought
saying. Yeah.
anybody and everybody.
Right, and that's like how the Detroit scene should start pushing. You know what I mean? A lot of these top amateur guys that's from here need to start doing a lot of that.
Yeah, and it's like now that I went through the amateur stage, like now I'm guiding like a couple of our amateurs that's still here. I'm guiding them like to be to keep going through the amateur route. Don't go pro early.
Right.
Don't like a lot of fighters go pro early, and then get messed up. And well, I wouldn't say messed up because everybody that gets in that ring is well respected, but stuff happens to them, and then we say they was too young. Like, no, I get all you need all the experience you can get because you fighting at this and you taking off those head gears and you fighting the smaller gloves and you fighting grown men. Like it's a whole totally different feeling than getting in there with head gear and fighting. Like you need all the experience, you need to get used to the ring, you need the ring IQ, everything in this game.
Right.
Like everything people say about it, like this is like it's just chess, it's not checkers. Like you really have to know what you're doing in this game.
And to go off that, like going from being a top ranked amateur and then stepping into the pro, the program, the pro world, what was the major difference you saw, like from the amateurs to your first pro fight?
Um, like the training from the pros is way different. Cause like my coach, he started to turning it up more on me. He started to being more hard on me. Like, to this day, he's still hard on me. Like I'm in the gym every day. He's still nephew, that ain't the right punch you do. And this is the way he taught me, but he's like my coach is a learning coach. So he'll learn from another coach and then he'll come back, learn it, look it up, YouTube or whatever he wanna do, study it. He will study this punch, everything. Like he's a real big fanatic, like he's technical. So it's like nothing is perfect for him until it folds somebody, until it stops somebody. So and you will know when you did something perfect when you stop somebody
Right.
and he's smiling at you. Other than that, it's just like it's just my everything really relay on my coach because he just too technical for me.
And then,
Like
yeah, so like that's part that we just the way you transition that was perfect because you was Coach Mumford, right?
I remember Coach Rob Munford, Coach Coach Jay,
Yep.
and Coach Khalil Harvey.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And that's are they all Team Cartel? Because I know Coach J is what world's best.
Like Team Cartel is Toledo and Detroit combined together.
Oh, okay.
So all of the fighters, or a lot of the fighters from Toledo that wants to travel, and a lot of fighters from Detroit that wants to travel. Like, so they all Detroit and Toledo came together as a team, and they put together Delete. Well, it was originally they used to call us Delito, but we put us together, and like we're just a dominant team now. Like half of us, like now we don't even like some coaches, not even from our side, but they like our movement because it's just like something they never seen before. Like two cities coming together and performing one team to travel as one, fight as one. It's just like something that nobody really haven't seen before. Like, yeah, a lot of fighters go to different cities and stuff like that and get with different coaches, but like, have you would never seen a bunch of kids and a bunch of people from a bunch of coaches from another gym and a bunch of families from another gym becoming one big family and just traveling with their team and taking everybody in as their own kid. Like everybody in there is somebody kid. Like nobody is mistreated like you're not their kid. Cause every day we're with these people. Like no day, even when we're out the gym, we're with these same coaches, we're with these same supporters, the family, everything. Fighters, teammates, everything. Some of them even live with us. So it's just like, yeah, so
Right, right. And then, yeah, like you said, like you usually don't see nothing like that. Y'all might go train or spar with, another gym or something like
yeah.
that. But other than that, you don't usually see no two cities, you know what I mean, coming together as one team. And I didn't know that, so that's crazy. And then with the great track record y'all got, like Team Cartel, I seen on Coach Mumford page, y'all like, don't quote me here, I don't know what the record was, but it's like 160 and like 45, some crazy shit like that.
It's up in there, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
But
like
really, if we really being honest, it's a couple of our fighters. We all have 100 wins apiece, over 100 wins apiece.
shit.
So if we really add
Right.
those up, we really have more than that, and it's about 18 of us.
So, what was your amateur record? I couldn't find it nowhere, though. I was looking for it.
I got two pass. I got two pass books. So one, I have 100. I'm 124 and 12.
Hey, okay. You was getting it. I see why 5-time national champ would come into play for sure, man. So, how did you get the nickname Boomer? Where did that come from?
Uh, I got a brother. Well, one of my teammates when I first started. His name is Benji White. I was in the gym. I was always like me as coming up in the gym. I was always sparring the older kids. So like I was sparring the older kid. Like I was like 13, and the kid was like 17, 18. I was sparring him, and they're whooping him. And he was like, "Bro, we're gonna start calling you Boomer, bro, cause you be booming stuff, bro. Like you, that name really presents you, bro. No other name should go with anything that anybody call you but Boomer. You your body frame, everything. You work hard. You have the power. There's everything about you is a Boomer." I said, "Bro, you know what? We're gonna go with that." And ever since then, everybody just went with it. Like that's Boomer
That's what they call you. When you around the gym and everything, they don't even call.
everywhere.
I was about to say they don't call you no damn Ferris, do they?
They
Hell
don't
no.
even call me
Yeah,
Ferris.
I was about to say I know that.
They do not call me Ferris.
Dude. And then I know you said you was with Coach J too. Obviously, us being from Michigan, it's a lot of pro fighters here that's dope as hell. I see you doing a lot of training with Marlon Harrington. He just fought.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, he just fought.
what's
It unfortunately took a loss, but it was still a great fight. You know what I mean? How is it like getting? How is it getting in and work with him? You know what I mean? We big fans of him too. So
Coach J. A lot of people don't know I've been working with Coach J since I was little. Like I want to. A lot of people don't even know Michigan wouldn't tell this, but I won the Junior Golden Glove with Coach J in my corner and my coach, and it was only 3 fighters that went from Michigan, and I was one of the select fighters. Me and my little brother Khalil Harvey Jr., the 13-time national champion. So we went. We was selected to go. They thought we was the best out of Michigan. We went and won. Ever since that day, me and Coach J, it's just been like this. Like that's like working with Coach J. It's like he treat me like he not gonna let me forward. Like if I call Coach J right now for anything, Coach J gonna answer the phone and he will be here in 5 minutes.
right.
Like Coach J, me and Coach J have a bond too, just like all the rest of my coaches. And like training with Marlon, like Marlon's like a big brother to me. Like I'm learning. I gotta go to a lot of camps with all of the fighters from Detroit, the big guys, and I learn from them. And I enjoy learning from him, Tony Harrison, Gordy Russ, a lot of those
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
Robert Mumford Jr., a lot of those guys because they know more. They like know more than me. They've been in the game more than me. So like, it's not a day in this sport that I want to go by without learning. Cause like those guys can show me a few tricks, or I can steal a couple things from them, add it to my arsenal, and it might work out for me. So yeah, me and Marlon though, we just that's big bro. That's my barber too, man. That's
Right,
big bro.
yeah.
Like he's a great fighter.
No, he definitely a dope ass
He
fighter,
works
bro.
very hard.
Man, that's what I was about to
He
say too. He are definitely a hard worker, and I know Coach J be on y'all
in
ass
the
too. Cause when I see y'all little
in the
clips,
gym, man.
man,
Y'all gotta
I
see us in the gym. If I'm louder than him in the gym, he gotta hit the bag. If I'm hitting harder than him, he gotta try to hit it harder than me. If I'm yelling harder than him while I'm hitting his bag, Marlon is trying to hit it and yell harder than me. It's like every day, me and him is like in a contest to where who's going harder, who's about to do this, who's about to do that. Me and Marlon, like we say it every day, bro. Like we be on the track, I ain't letting you beat me.
that's what you
Even though he
need,
be
though.
beating me, that's my goal is to beat him. Is to outwork him because if I outwork him, he's a 154 and he's fighting 8 rounds, 10 rounds. If I outwork him, Lord knows when I get in there with another 126, 130, what I can do to him.
Right. So, what weight are you fighting at? I know on BoxRec they got you at 140. Nope, no, that shit wrong. What they got you at? What you fighting at now?
I fight 126, 130.
Okay, yeah, so they need to change that. Okay, yeah, so 126, 130, which is a stacked ass weight class, especially once you build up in your ranks. You got
I,
names for days.
I want to smoke. I want to smoke with everybody, whoever they send at me.
Man, so who are some of your favorite people to spar with? Like, just in general, it don't got to be from the city. I know you mentioned obviously Marlon, Gordy, Russ. We big fans of him too. Who are some of your favorite people to get in there with?
Some of my favorite people to get on with, like Lance Smith.
Yeah,
I
Boogie.
sparred uh, Thomas Matisse,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler McCory, um, Michael Gamble, Wayne Lawrence, Pretty Boy Bam Bam, um, say Baby G, Garrett Rice, um, JJ, Joshua Pagan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's a lot.
Right,
From Detroit on down, I'd have been in there with like everybody. Like it's like before I even got a lot of fights, I was sparring everybody
right.
before I even started fighting. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I know you said you're at 126. You definitely wanted to go to 132. Is that a weight that you plan on staying at for a while, or you plan on, like, after a couple years, maybe going to maybe a 135?
I'm gonna get my belts at 26-30, go up, collect the 35, 40, and go up to 47 and do the same thing.
Right, just keep it moving from
I'm young, so I got a lot of time to, get moves right.
there. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm focused on.
Definitely, definitely. And then, what do you think like separates you from other fighters? Because it's a lot of great fighters out here, but a lot of them just lack certain stuff. What do you think that you have that separates you from them?
The people behind me, like a lot of people, they got the people with money behind them. A lot of people, the big names behind me. Me, I don't really got the necessarily the big names or all the money behind me, but I have loyal people and people that understands where I come from in my corner, so they want to push me harder in the gym and to make me become something better. So that's what I have different from a lot of other people.
Right.
Just the people around me are different. Like I don't have a lot of stuff that everybody has, but I make a way for myself.
Right, and that's all. Not a lot of yes men. They gonna tell you what you're doing wrong, and they gonna get you right. Yeah,
Yup.
exactly.
Mhm.
Right, right. And then like so now you're a new pro prospect 3-0. What was the feeling like of getting your first pro win and a knockout at that?
That first pro win, it was like my first pro win was they said it was 11 seconds, but if you see the video, it was 3 seconds. I swear I would not lie to you. It was 3 seconds. But after that, it was just like, and then I seen like how big everybody was behind me. It was like was for me. This is my moment. Like this is where I need to be. Like this is my atmosphere right here. I'm supposed to be a world title right now. Like I need to be there.
Right,
Like so that's what I'm going to. So yeah, that's just what it was for me. Like coming into the pros, it was just like everybody going pro. Everybody I don't fought went pro. I don't beat all these guys. I want to step my challenge up and I want to fight these pros because I'm sparring these pros and it's a lot of pros that I'm in there with. And how's they pros and I'm whooping them. So I just thought like I should be, you feel me? Like I don't know.
no, it makes sense. I'll
Pros
see
is
you.
just fun to me.
Right, right.
It's a whole different atmosphere from the amateurs. Like it's just way different.
Just that feeling of getting like walking down to the ring, just everything just feel a little different.
It's just those lights.
Yeah.
Those lights is what it just. It's time to flick that switch on.
Right, right. And then like what's the routine for you like getting ready for a fight? And like do you still like get a little nervous like before you get in there? No nerves hit you. I was about to say you've been doing this a long time.
No.
Shit.
Every time I get in there, my coach, it's the coach. I'm telling y'all, it's the coach. It's the coach. It's my coaches. Once I put them gloves on, it's game time.
Right.
And I give all my coaches that hug, it's game time. I don't think about nothing. Whatever happened yesterday, 2 days ago, last year, 3 years ago, that don't matter. I'm about to get in here and I'm about to try to kill somebody.
Right, shit.
That's what.
And then like what's the like a mindset for a fight for those people, who never did a ring walk, who never been inside of a like in a fight like that. Like what's the mindset being in there? Is it more like calm and collected? Or like you said, you ready to kill? Like what is it like, or it depends on the situation, depends on the fighter sometimes.
Really, it's all about you. Like a lot of people freeze under the lights. A lot of people not used to those lights. So it's like a lot of people got to get used to it. So for people who used to it, that's they cool or that's what they feel like it's time to shine now. Like I don't know. Yeah, that's like that. But I can't speak for the people like that never
That never did it before.
seen
All
that.
right.
Yeah, because when I got under them lights, I just knew it was my time.
Yeah, yeah.
I just had to go because it was like I just I used to play basketball, and every time I got under those lights, and then the game depended on me, I had to shine.
Right.
So that's what time like my mindset was just different from a lot of people.
Yeah, no, yeah, like you said, like your mindset is just a little different. You have to have the right mindset going in there, because if you don't, it's you liable to get hurt in there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like, when do you think your next fight is? I think you said something like November, right?
Yeah, my next fight will be in November on I think it's the Salida card coming up, but I will be for sure fighting in November
Bet.
in Detroit or wherever. I'm getting me some smoke next month.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's here
Mhm.
though, because you know we gonna pull up if it's here for sure. So I'm hoping you can get it in here. So yeah, so
And I have a fight in Detroit again in December
okay, yeah, yeah.
23rd.
The 20th, well, right before Christmas. That's perfect, and we're gonna be there too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know we're gonna be there to support you for sure. We definitely there. And then, so yeah, man, just gonna cool it down a little bit, man. So like, when you not training, what do you do in your spare time? Just when you chilling.
When I'm chilling, I always like me. I'm big on like being with my brothers, my family, cause like this game is a lonely game. Like a lot of people leave you alone and stuff. Like a lot of people leave you. Like me, I like to be around my like family, teammates, my boys. Like play the game and stuff like that. Like we come to each other house, play the game, chill, talk stuff. That's just us. You feel me? Like I don't like doing none of that extra stuff. I don't like going out partying. I don't like going out doing none of that because I'm not where I want to be yet in life. So I don't really like doing a lot of stuff that a lot of people do.
Right. Until you accomplish your goals, type of thing, then you start maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Like my whole life, I never been a party person. Like my whole life, I tell anybody I would not go to a party. They
Right.
ask me why, I tell them because I'm not where I want to be in life yet. When we see a when we see $1 billion, $1 million, then we can go have fun. Right now, we can't have fun.
Right. And then that's big coming from somebody who only 19. A lot of people don't have that mindset. They, you know what I mean? They think because they're young, they want to just go out, you know what I mean, do certain things.
Yeah, like live life. Like yeah, you live life, but you feel me? Like certain people come up different from a lot of people, and certain people don't got what a lot of people got. So if you got the opportunity to go out and party, then that's on you. But I ain't finna be messing my body up, putting all this stuff in my body when I know when I get old, this is what's gonna happen to me. I
Right.
want to stay clean, hydrated, and everything. So when I get old, I don't get none of them beer bellies and everything. I don't want that.
Yeah. And
I
then
don't want none of that.
right, and then with you being an athlete, that shit ain't, you know what I mean? Obviously, that none
It's
of
not
that,
good for us
right.
because anything can happen.
Anything can happen, right? And then, so like, who are some of your favorite fighters to watch at your weight class?
Shakur,
Definitely.
that's my top
I was
right
about to
there.
say, yeah,
He
definitely
different.
different.
He different. Tank, I like Devontae Davis. I like to watch all the top guys like Devin Haney, Tank, Shakur, Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah.
I was in the amateurs with him, so me seeing him come from the amateurs to the pros is like, wow.
Right now, he this big
Um,
prospect. What?
Abdullah Mason, that's a real
Yeah.
like nice fighter I like to watch. But really, I don't really watch too many people in my weight class because I'm gonna fight them one day.
Right.
I don't like studying the fighters. I just get in there and fight, and when I get it, I can adjust at any moment.
So you don't
So
you don't
I
do
don't
like
really
no
like watching fighters.
right. You and your coach, like when y'all preparing, y'all don't do no tape or nothing of
I'll watch the fight on YouTube one day, be like, oh, I know how you fight in the gym for the rest of the camp.
that. That's all you need. You just need to see one fight.
That's
You
all I
good.
do. I see one fight. I sit there and watch that fight on the way to the gym. Like, all right, I got him down pack now,
You good? No, that makes sense though.
and I'm good.
No, a lot of people, yeah, a lot of
That's
people. It's just certain things that certain people can't do. A lot of people, some people need to watch the fight. They whole 6 week camp, or they whole take their whole 6 week camp, or whatever.
nah. It's it's like once you get that experience. I've been around this too long, so like once you get that experience, and you know, seen a lot of styles and overseas and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not something you ain't seen before. So like if he a heavy puncher, all right, I'ma outbox him. I'm gonna make him look stupid. I ain't gonna get into no bang out with him because he a bigger puncher than me.
Right,
He's bigger than me. He's the bigger guy. I'm not gonna get into a bang out. I'm gonna outsmart him. I'm gonna outthink him. Beat him to every punch. Be first. And that's a
exactly.
move. Touch the body. Slow him down. Like we break. We supposed to break them down. Like I like to break fighters down.
Right, right. And then, so like we talked a little bit about this a little earlier. What do you think about the Michigan Detroit boxing scene? Obviously, we just had another national champion in Kentrell, and then yeah, we just had him winning as the national champion. So, what do you think about the boxing scene of Michigan coming up right now?
It's coming up right now because a lot of people don't know me and Contrell fought back in years ago. And after that fight, I told Contrell, like, bro, just keep working. Bro, you're going to be something special. Because that's the only, out of anybody, that's the only person that ever dropped me in a fight.
Mm,
I told him, like, you're going to ever be special. You're going to be special, a special fighter. He was like, I'm going to keep working.
definitely.
Came back 6 years later and won him a Golden Glove title. And I told him again after he won that Golden Glove title, you gonna be the face of Detroit boxing. If I'm the face, you gonna be the face of Detroit boxing before me. Because that you winning the Golden Glove, that's something I never did. I won the junior Golden Glove, but I didn't win the national Golden Gloves fighting grown men. You gonna be something good, and like that, I'll put that looks on Detroit like that's good. Like we finally got a fighter who won it in a minute because we done went like a couple years where our fighters just getting smoked, and like now we got somebody who won it. It's just like, oh, now they got a big eye on Detroit now because they got a Golden Glove national title. We gotta look and see what fighters they got here. So
Exactly.
that's how I just think of that.
Right, and that was real big, dog. Because Contrell, we big fans of him as well.
He opened
Obviously.
he opened the doors up and opened the people a lot of eyes over here to Detroit. Like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people gonna start looking into Detroit.
Yep, yep. And then, so like, who is your favorite fighter? Just like it could be active right now, or it could be retired. Like, who is your favorite guy? Like, just it could have been somebody who inspired you. Anything.
Terry Norris and Magic Taylor,
And why do you say those dudes?
my style.
What do you think about those guys' styles that like
One of them
mimic
got a
yours?
dominant. One of them have a dominant left hook. Oh, and I have a James Toney inside game.
James Tony was a
So I like
monster.
James Toney.
Yeah, James Tony was a
So
monster.
why I say that James Toney, his inside, I get my inside game from James Toney, and then like those other fighters, Magic Taylor, um, it's just my style. Like a lot of people just say I'm so aggressive. I get them that aggressive vibe to where I get them that old school boxing. Like I mix it up a lot. I can mix it up. I can switch it up. I can do the new school. I can sit there. I can exchange with you. I can get hurt, come back, hurt you. It's just like I'm a dog. Like I give them everything that they had, like how they looked it. So yeah,
No, I like that too because I feel like you got that old school mentality too. You willing to fight anybody. You not worried about, how a lot of fighters now, like a lot of the good guys or a lot of the promotions, they worried about their fighter losing that or you know what I mean. They worried about not being
see,
undefeated. You know what I mean. I don't feel like you worried about none of that. You willing to fight anybody.
mm-mm.
You know what I mean.
like like the way my coaches got it built in my head. Like I've been with them since I was little, and the way like they all just got it built in my head. It's just like we lose some, we win some, we gonna go back to the drawing board. Either way it go, we gonna come back better every time. If we lose, every loss is not a loss; it's a lesson. So like I get in there with anybody. My coaches put me in there with anybody. I done been in there with anybody and everybody. I ain't never been scared. How I'm gonna be scared of somebody who bleeds just like me? It ain't no difference than what he can do to me. Shit, I can hurt him and knock him out. He can hurt me and knock me out. What's the difference in it?
Right.
It ain't. So I just think of it like it's two dogs in a cage. One of us got to come out. One of us got to win.
Right. And then it's like I feel like fighting any combat sport, boxing, MMA, whatever you want to do, combat sports, you kind of gotta have that mentality, or why even do it? You know what I mean?
Because if you come in here just thinking like being scary, like a lot of people like to think boxing a game. Boxing ain't no game. You can lose your life at any moment, any hit, anything. You might break an ankle moving, anything. You can mess anything up in boxing. So like this is life. Like this is really science. Like you have to learn the body. You have to learn your body. You have to learn your opponent's body. And just like you have to know, like this is really the science, sweet science of boxing.
Right, right. And then so we got the last question. Then we got like a little quick draw questions we'll have you answer too. But for like the last question of the official interview, where do you see yourself in 5 years? 24-year-old Ferris Dixon.
World title in 3 different weight classes.
Oh shit. And then how many times do you think you see yourself fighting a year?
3, 4.
Three,
I want
four.
to fight every. I want to fight every month if I can.
Shit, that's what we need in the sport, though, man. A lot of dudes they taking a year off, year and a half
I
off.
don't like to sit off.
Yeah,
I tell my coach every day in the gym, he be like, "You want to spar this, coach? I don't care. I just want to fight.
just want
Put
to
me
get
in
it
there."
in, right? Just want to keep going, keep getting better. That's what we need in the sport, dog. And I like to, I'm
He
so
ain't
happy
gonna
you
do.
on here too, dog. Just coming from Detroit and hearing that from that mentality from you too, dog. That's dope as hell for sure.
There's a lot of fighters from here that don't got it like that, and I try to just build it into them. And like Lance, he's getting it now. So like back then, Lance didn't have it. Now Lance is getting it. That it's a two dogs in a square. One of us is gonna have to come out alive.
Right, and we big
So
fans of
that's
Lance
gonna be a
too.
guy we gonna look out for too.
Hell yeah, Lance Boogie Smith, definitely y'all check him out. We big fans of him too. Definitely look out for him. And then we just got some quick draw questions, man. Just answer as quick as possible. Just the first thing that pop on your mind. So, first fighter, a dream fight for you. Who it could be any fighter, active or retired.
Emilio Vargas.
Ooh, that's a dope. Okay, because both of y'all,
I'll take that right now if I can.
I was about to say both of y'all fairly new. He only had one profile, I think. And you on your third. That's a dope ass matchup. Okay, and then first person who pop on your head, who wins? Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence?
Terrence Crawford.
Terrence
Only
Crawford.
if only if he boxed Errol Spence.
You think if he come out too aggressive, Errol will probably stop him a little? You try break him down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Because
Errol
Errol
more,
Spence is bigger.
yeah, more of a boxer. I see what you're saying. And then best current fighter at your weight class that's not named Ferris Dixon.
Abdullah Mason.
Yeah, dog. I think his fight week for Abdullah Mason. Definitely check him out. October 29th. He on the top rank card. Definitely a dog. If we can't get him back on, I do want to thank Ferris Dixon for coming on with us today. Definitely make sure I subscribe to Syndicate Talk. Follow us on Instagram at the Boxing Syndicate. And then we're going to have some more interviews coming up. Hopefully this week too. Thank you.